some of the introduction that I have written down here about Al, Doug just told you about, so I'll just tell you a little more, a little deeper. Like a lot of us here, Al started off as a runner. We all know what happens to our knees and our hips when we get older, so he switched over to a bicycle, a heavy blue clunker that he first had. And I remember being asked to join the group, and I did, but it was so slow. That was 7 years ago. I'm 7 years older, they're 7 years faster. And I was really impressed that somebody was going to ride 3 days a week and go outside of Sun City when the paths were either not there like they are now, or first there. And gradually over the years, I saw that group going faster and faster. I remember riding with Anna Marie and the group back one day, and I think we might have been going 10 miles an hour, 11 miles an hour. I thought that was pretty good on a bike path. Now, they zip along. Like, I think the last time I saw them go by me, they were saying they were only going 21 or 22. And that was by Hampton Hall around the turn. So I've been pretty impressed with the direction that continued from Doug in his training school to Al on the rides in the group. It's like you've got to learn all of the commands. You know, this means there's rocks or holes or something bad on the right side of the road. And I remember people getting scolded for passing on the right instead of on the left, because you don't expect somebody to pass you on the right when there's no need to. I remember when they all got shirts, and I think that was a really great idea because it cemented that group into a real cohesive group. And what keeps you riding is peer pressure. When you're out there, the weather's not so good like yesterday, and you go, well, I don't really want to go with the group today, but you got to, because everybody else will ask you all the rest of the day, the next day, why you didn't show up. I have a volunteer. Hank, you want to come up and say something about your leader?
The thing about Al is that he really has 3 things about his life that are paramount. One is his wife, Gail. The second one is biking, and the third one is food. Anna Marie called Al and said, we're going to have this meeting, and it's going to consist of a roast. And the first thing Al said, pot roast, I love pot roast. Anna Marie had to tell him, no, we're going to have snatch, no pot roast. And, we just talked about Doug. When Doug has a ride, those of you who are on his email list, Doug will say, we're going to go to Savannah, we're going to see the architecture and, all the nice sights in Savannah. Or we're going to go out to Hunting Island and we can watch the beach erosion. That's true. But then you ever listen to Al's rides? It's Friday. Let's go to Kelly's Tavern for the fried catfish. Or we can go out to the Shrimp Shack. The shrimp burgers are cool, man. Or we can go to Fat Patty's and, man, those hamburgers are delicious. Now, Al has always been like that. I remember Gail telling me the story that when they were young, they had 2 kids, and Gail was home all week with the kids. Al was out doing what Al did, eating and working, I guess. And anyway, the kids, kids get, Mommy, I want to go to the zoo. I want to see the animals. And they just won't stop. I gotta see them. So it gets to be Saturday, and Al's off, and Al's been hearing Gail complain about the kids wanting to see the animals. So Al, being the nice guy that he is, nice father, says, Al looks at the cop and says, "What did I do wrong?" And the cop says, "Nothing. But the lady behind you on the bike fell off about a mile away." And Al's reaction was, "Oh, thank God, I thought it was death." Al was a great guy. He's done a lot of good. I know I wouldn't be riding the bike if it wasn't for Al. And I do appreciate everything that Al does, Doug, and all of you others. Thank you very much.
Now, did the limo come yet? Anna Marie, did the limo come? Where? Well, we had Beyonce and Sting coming tonight, but it says here that they sent their backup group. And let me introduce them to you. Put your hands together and help me welcome Mary Dempsey, Ron Sterling McLeod, Bill King, Tom McNamara, Dave McCluskey, Bob Dunham, and then Peter.
Oh, Alan! Come on up!
Okay, throw your tree down now. Every morning at 9, you can see him arrive. 5'10", weighs 175. Kind of broad at the shoulder and narrow at the hip. And everybody knows you don't give no lip. Big Al. He's a riding in winter, riding in the rain, yelling at the drivers again and again. Move over, you idiots! Where'd you learn to drive? I'm trying to keep my bikers safe and alive, Big Al.
Big Al, Big Al.
Well, he rounded up some riders, numbered about 8, moved them all out the Sun City gate, called him his caravan, taught him how to ride, learned him up good and stayed by his side, Big Al.
Big Al, Big Al.
Got him ride like professionals, right up Honey Hill. Taught him all the safety rules with nary bump or spill. Crossing old 170 now without a fear. All because our leader, Big Bad Al, is here.
Big Al, Big Al.
Well, he conquered old Mount Mitchell, rode the Georgia Cure. Not no century rides, and he'll do more, we're sure. Zipped up Jekyll Island's bridge, 7 consecutive passes. Those of all along with him, clearly dragging asses. Big Al, Big Al.
Big Al, Big Al.
Big Al only bikes to eat. There is no ride too far. The caravans are riding fast right to Kelly's bar. It's nothing riding 40 for a Reuben, fellows he. A super stop for grub and yet another place to pee.
Big Al.
When riding 40 miles, Al doing all the pull, takes its toll on him, makes his bladder full. So many trees we pass look like they up and died. Funny, they only look real sad
Alexander and Marge. They're on a camping trip down in Amelia Island.
They're here.
I know they are. That's why I want to thank them. They